Deck's the little one, Ant's the big one.
Yeah, but they weren't called Ant and Dec in the show, were they? What were they called in... They were
PJ and Duncan.
PJ and Duncan in Biker Grove, weren't they? Oh, yeah. PJ, I've gone blind! Yeah.
Yep.
It's a dangerous fucking occupation, paintballing in Newcastle.
Chris McEwen.
Actually, people need to bear that in mind this weekend. If they're all heading up to Newcastle.
Yes.
For Magic Weekend.
And watch out for men in wheelchairs with handlebar moustaches. Endless handlebar moustaches.
Yeah, steady on with the paintballing, kids.
Okay, Lee Whitnell, Paris Hilton's... Chris McEwen. Great work.
So McKeown, as he would have you call him.
Why change the stuff now in the 100th episode? In a fight to the death I'd take on Gary Wheeler, he'd injure himself and make it easy.
That's a very good point.
Very good one. Lee Whitnell said, Paris Hilton's dog weighs more than Rob Burrow, lads. Perhaps I uncovered a little fantasy. Don't be too hasty. In Wigan, they show videos to kids about the dangers of playing too close to Shoreway's arse in school holidays. The bit where the kid climbs up there to retrieve a kite is horrifying.
I think Lee Whitnell has got our sort of zany sense. Lee Whitnell.
This is going to keep going, isn't it?
I think Lee, we could have used someone like Lee during Rugby League Kids TV.
Yes, definitely.
Like I think he could have fallen right down that little rat hole with us.
Dave Cantrell, he said, if you want to pick a player to have a fight with, pick whoever had a horrible injury, most recently, preferably a broken leg.
What has Dave Cantrell been up to this week? Because I've been following him on Twitter and he's been in Germany and he's been in some sort of competition.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, it was like round 1 got a win, then round 2 lost and different things, but I don't know what he's competing in.
Oh, I've not seen him. I'm sure I'll get in touch and tell him.
Yeah.
Is it just being a motherfucking wizard?
Just being a copper-bottomed fucking ocean-going hard bastard. I don't know, but he lost in round 6.
Dave Cantrell, if we had a Super League pod listeners that I wouldn't want to have a fight to the death with, what a charming fella. Don't get me wrong, he wouldn't want to hurt us, but if he had to stay alive, he would fucking pulverise me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 100 years ago, people like Dave were called Mungo, and they were defending clans in Scotland, weren't they? Basically, he's just, he's a monstrous human being in terms of his size.
And beard.
Never met a nicer guy. No, absolute gent.
Paul Albany 85 got in touch. He said, Kevin Keegan-esque. I would love it if the Bulls played them in the Middle East. Marvellous stuff.
And it looks more and more likely to happen as well, which is amazing. It's probably going to be on the cards.
It's going to be a big bumper crowd for those sides in that Middle East. The chase for those bottom 2 places in that are really on now, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Tess Stinks, who's no longer a follower after your Eurovision answer.
He'll come back now. He just refused to tell me who Tess was.
He said, I've just listened to the show, not going to the game because the missus won't let you, bad stall to set out early in marriage. Must go, the wife needs a back rub.
Well, that's it.
Paul Michael Craig said, that was the best Ask SLP you guys have had. Hope the pod is around in 5 years because I'm hoping to doss at yours during the 2021 Rugby League World Cup.
That's alright. We could do a Paul Michael Craig timeshare, couldn't we?
Definitely.
Fantastic.
Fat Boy Rob, he said, interesting fact, the Salford... Oh, more serious one. Somber the mood down. Interesting fact, the Salford fans I saw last week didn't know about Mr. Louis' abuse conviction, so I helped spread the word.
Which touches on what we talked about whether or not it was common knowledge within rugby league anyway. So we discussed that last week, didn't we?
We did do,
the coverage that it was getting on the BBC.
And we talked about how we could give an alternative view on that sort of thing,
And we can. And thank you, Fat Boy Rob, for helping to spread the word about what a colossal twat of a human being is.
Yeah, he has.
Whilst a reasonably good rugby player.
Although he has inspired your charity endeavours, so,
there's a certain karmic circle to that, isn't there?
Yes, Louis Karma, as the 12 boys would say. Alan Walker got in touch. He said, I was thinking about the halves to pick from for an England team, and I forgot about Myler, and he's at the Dragons, of course.
Yeah, true.
I don't think he's the best, though, but then the NRL pack plus Hill, Bateman on the bench means that you don't really need a better half than a smudger. As you say, it's easy to pick a team off the cuff and look a twat. That's because you were
picking the team off the cuff
and not just throwing Sam Burgess anywhere.
But you can just throw Sam Burgess anywhere.
He popped up in the centres at one point during the Souths game last week.
I'm pretty sure he could do a job in the arms
when he was having a rest. Rich Langley got in touch with an uncapped 13. I don't know if you spotted this, but Sadler and League Express has decided to do one of these next week. Wonder where that floated into the ether from.
Yes.
He said, playing Sutcliffe slightly out of position, but still a decent team, even if it's tinted by black and white coloured glasses. He's gone Jamie Shaw at full-back. That's not a bad shout. Johnston and Manfredi on the wings. Gildart and Percival in the centres.
Like all of those.
I mean, that's a great promising backline, a little bit inexperienced, but we'll see how we get on. He's gone with Gale at standoff and Sneyd at scrum half. I don't know if that's... I don't know if
in the halves,
you need them if it matters with those two. I think they both would play the split rollers. The problem is they both play left side. He's gone with Taylor and Walmsley in the props. No arguments with that. And Danny Howen at hooker. Everyone would agree that he's the best uncapped hooker in the league. Whether he's probably just off, isn't he? Though that England.
The more I watch him, and particularly this week, the more I'm starting to think that as an outside bet, Wayne Bennett might go Hodgson and Hodgson Houghton.
No, Roby has to seriously...
Roby make the squad.
Roby has to be seriously injured.
There's Chris Hill, Adam Milner's having a good season. I think that hooker position, it's going to be really interesting to see what Wayne Bennett does with who he picks for that.
Yeah, definitely. It is a conundrum. He's got Greenwood and McMeekin in the second row and Liam Sutcliffe at loose forward. So, yeah, not a bad team. And then finally, we round out with Bernard JKD. He said, Star Wars or Star Trek? No. The real question is to ask if Star Trek or Doctor Who. The wrong answer can ruin friendships. P.S. Star Wars is duller than watching a team managed by Sean Wayne playing a team managed by Michael Maguire in a hailstorm.
Yeah, pretty dull then.
I don't see the problem with that.
Bernard and I are in exactly the same position as far as True Detective is concerned as well, because he asked us something about that.
I think everyone is in the exact same position.
You think so?
Yeah, I gave up watching series 2
did you really?
Very quickly. Like basically half an episode in, I was done.
Wow, I'm 4 episodes in and I'm not. And I'm just powering through hoping it gets good.
Whereas Series 1 was absolutely
amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. The chemistry isn't there for me so far.
But this Doctor Who thing, Doctor Who is passed me by because
I've never watched an episode of Doctor Who in my life.
Stopped airing in like the late 80s when I was a little lad, so too young to really watch it anyway. Yeah. And then started again when I was about 20. Yeah. So it sort of passed all my... time by.
When we were its key demographic, it wasn't on.
Yeah, and whereas films are easier to dip in and out of, sort of thing. Star Trek did have the TV series as well, but the less said about that. Yeah, we've covered my problems with that. Let's move on to something else.
I'll just abstain from answering that. Right, that's your feedback and shout-outs taken care of, unless you've anything to surprise me with.
Well, we have had a couple more, but I don't know if we're throwing them in. We're doing everything this week.
Let's just throw them in. Let's just throw them in. It's a wild ride. It's a wild ride, Mark.
We've had Paul O'Brien. Forgot to say congratulations on your 100th show. Okay. Long may it continue. A great show for all fans. Then Colin Render again about the first show. So before he said about Minchella was I don't know if he was being sarcastic or not, a good pick for a rising star. And then he said, enjoys listening to your first show. Not much has changed. A few things right, a few things wrong. But Rashford for Man of Steel, really? Well,
at the time,
we had our reasons.
At the time,
Tom picked Huddersfield to win the league.
It's easy to look back 2 years and then post scored on the things we said. 2 years ago, Phil Clark was one of the preeminent pundits in the game today told us that Salford were going to win the whole lot. So, it's easy to look back and post score on Cole.
We also had Sean getting in touch, and this is slightly different, not about us, but we'll get it anyway. He said, in after the buzzer, I know, but St Albans Centurions won our 20th anniversary celebration game against the Hemel Stags A 24-22.
That would have meant an awful lot to Sean. So, congratulations.
Well done to Sean and the Centurions there. Good work.
Fantastic. Right, that is definitely your feedback and shout-outs taken care of for the 100th time. Let's look now at the news from around the world of rugby league. So, news from Rugby League then. Huddersfield this week have signed St George Illawarra Dragons back rower Sebastien Ikati-Hifo. The 25-year-old Kiwi has agreed to a 2.5-year deal at the Giants. He is a big, powerful man and has plenty of his best years in front of him. He's a former teammate of Sam Rapira and Ukuma Tai. They, like me, know that he can bring a lot to the team. Final clearance is expected to be finalised any day now and will hopefully be completed ahead of the Magic Weekend. We should also thank St George Illawarra Dragons Club for their assistance in releasing Sebastien from his contract with them. I'm presuming that that's a quote from Paul Anderson.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't say.
Sorry.
That's all right. Ikai Hifo debuted for the New Zealand Warriors in 2002. It could have
written it, you'd have only said the wrong person. It might have been Thulis, I'm not sure.
Pauline Anderson, yeah. Ikai Hifo debuted for the New Zealand... I'm getting good at it now. Debuted for the New Zealand Warriors in 2012 and has made 39 career appearances in the NRL.
I genuinely hope this guy makes very few stat rounds ups.
I know. It's not going to be great, is it?
Ikahifo. I say Ikahifo. I tell you what,
Ikai
Matt,
Hifo.
tell us how to say it, because it's one of your failures. So let us know how to say it.
Oh, very good. Right, okay. Widnes have completed... This one's slightly easier. Widnes have completed the signing of West's Tigers forward Jack Buchanan on a deal... What? Jack Buchanan on a deal to the end of the 2017 season, subject to a visa. The 24-year-old will join the club with immediate effect. Buchanan said, "This is a great opportunity to come up for me halfway through the year, and I'm really looking forward to coming over. I've been watching the team when I can. They don't air all their games over here, but they look like an exciting bunch of players that I can't wait to get over and work with. Charlie Runciman is a big part of why I'm coming to the Vikings. I played with him for 2 years when I was younger, and speaking to him has made me really excited to get over." Don't know a tremendous amount about Jack Buchanan, but Widnes need to do something.
He's a forward, isn't he?
Yes.
And I think he's like an undersized prop, so I'm surprised like Sean Wayne didn't want an undersized prop. He's got plenty of them that he loves to trade up. No, in all seriousness, I haven't seen much of him myself. I saw him play a few times last year in a bad West side, but no.
Okay, Matty Ashurst this week has also agreed a new deal to stay with Wakefield Trinity Wildcats until the end of 2018.
Yeah, the full press release on that one isn't out at the time of recording, but
well, that's all you need to know.
But yeah.
Okay. Castleford Tigers fullback Luke Dawn has revealed that he will retire at the end of the current Super League season. The Australian spent the majority of his career in England, becoming the highest overseas appearance maker in Super League history since he moved to the British shores in 2005 when he joined the London Broncos. Dawn was limited to 14 appearances for the Tigers last year due to injury, but he managed to score 10 tries. In the same year, he made his 250th British club appearance, taking the record for an overseas player. It will be with a very heavy heart when I finish here, but it's a great club I'm finishing at, and I'm really excited that my last game will be for this great club, said Dawn. It's a completely different club from when I was here the first time, and I think we've all played a part in where the club is at now. Darryl from the top, with his coaching staff and the players that have come and gone, everybody is shaping the club in some way or form. I think leaving at the end of the year, I'll be leaving this club in a good place. He's certainly been a great servant to Super League in general, hasn't he, Luke?
Yeah, isn't he the top try-scoring overseas player in Super League as well?
I think so.
I'm not sure if there's a battle with Pat Richards.
I was going to say, I'm surprised that wasn't Pat Richards.
Yeah,
actually,
maybe Pat coming back as
not as good as you thought he was, maybe.
No, maybe him coming back has made that a challenge. I'm not sure. But either way, yeah, Luke Dawn's done really well. He has been quite an exciting player when he has been playing for Castleford in the last few years, even though he's been in his 30s during this second stint. A great servant of the London Broncos too, really, in his two spells there. I think first with Harlequins and then Broncos, whichever way round. Same club in it, same thing. So it's what it is, I suppose. A good Super League career that should be, applauded as he walks off. It's a shame that he might well have to do that with no silverware in the cupboard.
Yes. Okay. Dewsbury Rams.
I shouldn't preempt us beating him in the cup, should I? But I'm hoping we do.
Yeah, I hope you don't now. I want Luke Dawn to win silverware. Okay. Dewsbury Rams have followed in the footsteps of the Featherstone Rovers and withdrawn their reserve side for the remainder of 2016. The club cited growing challenges as the reason behind their decision before further explaining that the disrupted scheduling and player retention were two major factors in the outcome. We found it increasingly difficult in these last few weeks to attract young players to the club due to only being able to guarantee occasional fixtures, which themselves aren't part of a formalised league format. With the withdrawal of Sheffield Eagles and Featherstone Rovers early in the season has impacted on the fixture schedule to the extent that the reserves had only played 4 games so far this season, despite the players having been in training for several months. As winners of the 2015 Reserves Championship Grand Final and having benefited greatly from the reserve concept in terms of player development during the last 18 months, the Rams strongly advocate the return of a more consistent and substantial competition for 2017.
Yeah, some serious words in that statement from the Rams, and it's just a shame, isn't it, that we keep getting these these reserve teams dropping out. I mean, this is the team that won it last year in the Championship. So hopefully the clubs can get their heads together and sort stuff out.
I would definitely hope so. I mean, it doesn't say a tremendous amount for the organisational powers that be, does it? That teams are in and out, and it's not a formal structure. And you know, when we're looking at ways to retain players and develop talent, a reserve structure, I would say, probably one of the most important things that we could add to the game.